Hey Crosspoint friends and family, Clif coming to you here, and most of you probably received an email from us last week announcing the launch of the Say Yes campaign. At Crosspoint, we support the emotional and relational wellness of Christian pastors and leaders. We are advocates for the health of pastors and leaders, and in order to fulfill our vision for being able to care for pastors and leaders in crisis, we need to be able to show up for them when they call us. And by show up, we mean literally, physically showing up. And as you can imagine, that always comes with a cost. And that's why we've launched the Say Yes campaign. We believe that your yes to this campaign can be our yes to a pastor or leader in need, and that could literally be a life-saving yes. Our goal with this campaign is to be able to create and operate and sustain the Say Yes Fund. And this fund will not only allow us to make sure that pastors and leaders know what services we offer, it will also allow us to be able to literally show up for them when they are in need. Now, don't just take my word for it. We're going to share stories over the next couple of months with you, and today we want to share a story from one of our friends named Chris Barksdale. And Chris knows firsthand how Crosspoint can help, and we want you to hear this story of how we were able to step in and serve and help Chris in a time of need.
Hi, my name is Chris Barksdale. My wife and I, Sarah, have been in ministry for quite a long time, about 20 years now. We were, at the time we first met Jim and Rich in Crosspoint Ministries, we were introduced to them. I was a church planter with Acts 29 and also with Sojourn Network at the time. And so we were planted in the middle of urban Los Angeles and the Hollywood area. And we had probably been married about 12 years. And I had 4 little kids and was super stressed out and hard. And we met them at a conference and realized that we, as a couple, just needed help. And I remember getting introduced to Jim especially, and spent a lot of time. Jim and Rich came out. They flew out to California. They spent time with Sarah and I, sat down with us for days, for like a whole weekend, and just took all the information down, helped us understand. They helped us understand each other, helped us understand ourselves, helped us learn how to communicate and work together. And I remember from that point on, it's been now for about 10 years since we met, probably met by 2011, 2012 time. And since that time, my one favorite story of this and with Jim is I was in LA at one point. We had kind of made some progress and we're doing well, and I was having kind of a FaceTime meeting with him, and I remember sitting in front of the screen and my head was so heavy that I couldn't lift it off my chest. And Jim was telling me to just look at him at the computer screen, and I told him I couldn't do it. And I was so depressed, borderline probably suicidal at that moment. And Jim just talked me through that, walked me through that, and told me to hang in there. He was praying for me. And then about 8 hours later, I get a phone call from Jim. Who was it? He called me up and said, I'm at LAX, come pick me up. He flew all the way from Kentucky and in the Indiana area to LAX. I didn't even know it. And he came and sat with me. Kind of reminds me of Job's friends, but much better counsel. He just kind of sat with me for 3 days, followed me around, went everywhere I went, and just honestly saved my life in many ways. And so I am eternally grateful for the ministry of Crosspoint. My wife and I both, we could not be in a better place in our life right now. Our kids are all full grown. I mean, they're teenagers about to graduate in the next year or two, and we're at a different stage of life. And I tell you what, we're still in ministry, but our marriage is better than it ever has been, and that is a huge contribution to the ministry there at Crosspoint. So I just want to thank you guys so much for that.